All right. The board is back in session.
Please proceed. We're going to do the interpreter, Mr. Medina.
Yes.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. What's the case, Mr. Medina?
Your Honor, Steve Medina with Gerson, Eli, Arazo, Vasquez, so it's under the letter E, Arazo.
Okay. Okay, very good.
He has 23 CF 280, 23 CF 503, 24 CF 253, 24 CF 254. Your Honor, when he was before the court a week ago or 5 days ago, I indicated my understanding our investigator would be able to show him the video of the alleged victim depositions. There were 4 children depositions on Friday. She had to show video for somebody else who had 15 cases, and so that ended up taking up her whole day. So she was planning to show it to him today. It's kind of a miscommunication. Since he's here today, she can't show him today. So she's planning to show him his video tomorrow. I know that this is one of Christine Basso's cases. I know the court doesn't normally like to put people on jury review, but I've met with him. We've gone over the agreement. We had previously gone over the gist of it, the most important parts, but today the interpreter went over all the fine print as well as we went back over the main terms and conditions. So he's thoroughly been over the agreement, but he needs to finish reviewing this video. I'm anticipating a plea if we can bring him back on jury review. It would be a plea or continued opportunity if the court will permit it. I know you don't like to load up jury review, but it's not going to be a trial. This is certainly not this cycle.
Okay, we'll come back on June 20th for a plea or continue. And I only have 2 of those listed on there. I just want to make sure the clerk got the other 2 case numbers.
Yes, Your Honor, I have a total of 4.
And they'll all be on for jury review. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Originally there were 2 cases, but 2 of them spun off.
That's all right.
There are 4.
I just wanted to make sure we had them all covered.
Yes, Judge.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
So, and by the way, just for the record, we were proceeding in good faith. Ms. Basso's not here. Ms. Sharpless, last court appearance, was not willing to do a full cycle continuance, but I'm hoping the state will allow him to enter the agreement on Thursday since he hasn't been able to watch the alleged victim video. So I think that was the assumption in working with Ms. Basso. I don't think she'll have any problem with it, but all I can do is
Well, we'll see.
try to get it done.
Your Honor, I am okay with leaving it on Thursday. After Thursday, if there's no agreement reached, then we'll have to do it.
Let's just see where we're at on
Yes.
Thursday.
Thank you, Judge. Okay, thank you.
That is what I have, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
sir.
Appreciate you waiting around.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do you want to do your out-of-court hearings, or Mr. Harper, just so we can clear out the courtroom, and then this afternoon we'll focus on the inmates?
Yeah, I have, Your Honor, I do have some out of custody. There was one I needed to speak with Ms. Buchanan still. He's been waiting to speak with me, and I've been going another direction. So does anybody else have out of custody other than me? If I can have a few moments with Mr. Buchanan while Mr. Harper is up here, we'll take care of two or three pleas and continuances, Judge.
Okay.
Judge, the first out of custody I have is Brianna Dixon, number 33 in the docket.
Okay.
She is present and approaching before the court on 23 CF 2508. This will be a plea. She will withdraw her previously and plea into a plea of no contest. This will be a plea to a lesser included offense. of misdemeanor battery, adjudication of guilt, 11 months, 29 days of probation, $677 in court costs, $150 cost of defense, attending complete anger management class. There will be an automatic early termination after 6 months if all requirements are complete and no violations. There's no contact with the victim, Tatiana Weeks. Since this is a misdemeanor, there's no score restriction.
Thank you. State?
Your Honor, what is the state's agreement?
Very good. Ms. Dixon, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
We need the statutory cite for the lesser included for the clerk. Do we have that?
I'm going to pull it up right now, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Ms. Dixon, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
The state is in agreement?
Yes,
As
Your Honor.
stated? Okay. So, Ms. Dixon, you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement. I see you've signed the written plea agreement. Have you read this closely and gone over it in detail with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
You understand that by entering into this plea agreement, you're waiving the right to go to a trial. This will be a final adjudication of your case here today.
Yes, sir.
And you have had all your legal questions answered?
Yes, sir.
And you're entering into this freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Based upon that, the court will accept your plea agreement here today, and you're pleading to a lesser included offense of misdemeanor battery, and we'll get the statutory cite for the clerk here in just a second. There will be an adjudication of guilt on this lesser included charge. The court is sentencing the defendant to 11 months, 29 days, standard probation, $677 in court costs, $150 cost of defense. You must, as a condition of the probation, attend the anger management class, and you will be allowed to have automatic early termination after 6 months if all the requirements are met and there have been no violations. And importantly, as a part of this, no contact with the victim, Tatiana Weeks. And please understand that this no contact is what I call one-sided no contact. In other words, she's not restricted from being around you, you're restricted from being around her. So if you're out in public and she walks up to you, she's not in violation, but you are. I'm just telling you, we don't have a problem with this, but I just want to be clear. You have a right, you have the responsibility to stay away from her. You have to recede if she, okay? And the reason why I take this time to go over it like this is if you violate this type of provision in this probation, they'll pull it. They'll shoot the probation down right away. Okay? They'll violate it. Okay?
That's fine.
Any questions?
No.
Okay.
Your Honor, the statutory cite is 78403, Section B.
Hold on. Did you get that?
Section B, yes, Your Honor.
That's
Okay.
just the statute.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The next one I have, Judge, is Jonathan Dodson. Judge, this is Mr. Dodson before the court on 23 CF 1719. Mr. Dodson was quite ill on pretrial conference. That was confirmed by court security. If we could do a full cycle of continuance, Judge, we'll come to a resolution next cycle.
Very good. We'll continue this until August 12th at 9 a.m. Okay, stay in touch with your attorney, okay?
The next that's out of custody, Judge, is Daibi Figueroa Diaz, number 37 on the docket.
Okay?
Is present and approaching. Judge, this is a case where I think the state needs some time to confirm the victim's position on this matter. I would ask to set this for the next miscellaneous, but I think that date is starting to get a little full. Can we move it to the one thereafter?
So we'll come back on July 16th.
Okay. July 16th. I think we can come to a resolution then, Judge. I think
Okay.
the victim's not cooperative in this matter.
Very good. Thank you.
The next one that I have, Judge, is Datarian Grant, number 41 on the docket. This will be a plea, Judge. I think we're just trying to get the lesser included statute number.
Okay.
Judge, this will be a plea to the offense. Right now, his case number is 24 CF 575. This will be a plea to a lesser included offense of misdemeanor possession of marijuana, less than 20 grams, be adjudicated guilty, 6 months of probation, substance abuse evaluation, and any recommended treatments. Eval to occur within 30 days, treatment to commence within 60 days. Be assessed $270 in court costs, $150 cost of defense, and probation would be with JCS. The statute number for the clerk is 893.13, subsection 6, subsection 8. How may I approach?
Your Honor, it's actually subsection B. It's my apologies. I had written it on the sheet incorrectly for Mr. Harper.
And as it's
Thank you.
misdemeanor, there's no scoring, Judge.
Mr. Grant, would you please raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
How old are you, Mr. Grant?
23.
So, Mr. Grant, you heard your attorney, you can put your hand up. You heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement. I see that you've signed the written plea agreement. Have you read through this closely and made sure you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Had all your legal questions answered?
Yes, sir.
This is a misdemeanor plea agreement, so to a lesser included offense. So it's obviously a very favorable agreement. You are waiving the right to go to a trial and to contest all this. Do you believe that's in your best interest? To not have a trial and to have this resolved here today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you have had all your legal questions answered?
Correct.
Okay. Based upon that, the court will accept your plea. Did we cite the lesser included?
Yes,
Your
Judge.
Honor.
Okay. So pleading to the lesser included offense of misdemeanor possession of marijuana, less than 20 grams. There will be an adjudication of guilt, and you're sentenced to 6 months probation. As a condition of that, you got to do the substance abuse evaluation within 30, and then follow any issues as it relates to that. And follow through with any recommended treatment within 30 days. It's standard court costs, and you will have probation with JCS. Okay?
That's the probation period. So
Thank
reach
you.
out to them as soon as possible. Yeah, just give them a call right now as soon as you leave. The next one, Judge, I have is Jason Hildebrandt, number 45 on the docket. This is 24 CF 361. Mr. Hildebrandt is, my understanding is that he's still in the hospital. We confirmed last time on pretrial that he was in the hospital. He has not been released. I'd ask for a full cycle continuance.
Continue this till 8/12 at 9 a.m.
The next one that's out of custody, Judge, is number 51 on the docket, Jonathan Wallace. Is present and approaching. Judge, I'm going to ask for a full cycle continuance to August 12th. I think we'll get a resolution, either a plea or a trial next cycle.
Very good. We'll come back on August 12th at 9 a.m., and this will be the last continuance.
Thank you, Judge. Yeah. And the next one that I have is Kelly Young. There's a waiver of appearance in Ms. Young's case, 52 on the docket. Judge, I would ask for full cycle continuance. I think we need to do the deposition of the victim, and then this matter should resolve itself.
We'll continue this matter till 8/12.
That's all my out of custody, Judge.
And Judge, then Mr. Harper and I approach.
You may.
Hello, this is Chris Norman at Bulldog Bail Bonds. Our office is in Crestview, Florida, but we service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
Medina, you want to do your out of custody?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Colin T. Black, B-L-A-C-K, Mr. Black, is before the court at 24 CF 807. And I would ask the court to allow him to appear despite the fact he's in short pants. A couple of my clients were not aware of that, Your Honor. We have an agreement in Mr. Black's case.
Mr. Medina?
Yeah, I'm sorry. May I approach with the agreement and score sheet, Your Honor?
You may.
And Your Honor, in addition to the plea and sentence agreement and the score sheet, there is an order for the court to review and consider pertaining to DMV, business purposes only, standard kind of an order that we've used sometimes.
Sure.
Your Honor, under the terms of the agreement, I'm giving probation a copy.
I'm sorry.
This is Colin Tyler Black before the court in 24 CF 807. Your Honor, pursuant to the agreement, it's been signed by all parties, he would be entering a no contest plea with an adjudication of guilt as charged. 24 months probation on count 1 with automatic early termination at 12 months if he fully complies with no violation. Substance abuse evaluation within 30 days with any recommended treatment to commence within 60 days. Random urinalysis, 24 hours community service with a minimum of 8 hours per month until complete. Maintain gainful employment or complete 3 applications a week. Time served on count 2, which is a misdemeanor count. 615 court costs, 150 public defender fees, Your Honor.
State.
That is the state's agreement, Your Honor.
Mr. Black, would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
So, Mr. Black, you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement,
Yes, sir.
and I see that, let me check here. Seeing you've signed the plea agreement, have you read through closely
Yes, sir.
and had an opportunity to ask any questions of your attorney as it relates to the plea and sentencing agreement?
Yes, sir.
Sorry. Here's the other, here's this. And you understand that by entering into this plea agreement, you're waiving the right to go to a trial and contest these matters. You believe that's in your best interest?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you have had all your legal questions answered by your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Based upon that, the court will accept your plea agreement. There'll be an adjudication of guilt as charged as to both counts. The court will sentence you to 24 months probation on count 1, that's the possession. You may automatically terminate this probation at 12 months if you fully comply with the terms and there are no violations. As a condition of the probation, the court is ordering you to substance abuse evaluation within 30 days. Follow any recommended treatment to commence within 60 days, random UA, 24-hour service, community service, minimum of 8 hours a month. Maintain gainful employment. As to count 2, you're sentenced to credit for time served, and then you have standard court costs and fees. Questions?
Your Honor, the court is okay with entering the
And I did
business
enter the
purposes
order
only?
regarding the driver's license.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you. Your Honor, next is Mr. Jack Boardman, Jack P. Boardman. Your Honor, Jack P. Boardman's before the court in 23 CF 1296. This is one we brought him in today. We were hoping I was hoping, and he was hoping we could get a deal worked out today. The state's not prepared to do the agreement that we were proposing. The alleged victim, it's our understanding, could not be found by the sheriff's office when we tried to depose him for last cycle, but he's moved to Miami. I'm hoping that there'll be a possibility the state will be able to agree with our proposal for next cycle or work something else out. But I don't think the court will want to put them on miscellaneous in July under the circumstances, so it'll probably be in August.
Come back in August 12th at 9 a.m.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Okay. No, you're good. Just don't forget your court date. It's August 12th. You're good? Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Next, Your Honor, is Candace Bonner. She's approaching I just wanted to advise the court. She's also Lassiter. I'm not sure if she's in the docket as Lassiter or Bonner.
It's not Bonner.
Lassiter. Thank you.
Got it. Is it just a single case?
Yes, Judge. 23 CF 2670.
I've got
Candace
that.
L. Bonner,
Okay.
also known as Lassiter. Your Honor, I'm asking to bring her back. I think the court has indicated we're going to break for lunch. We're hopeful we can do a PTI with a plea. Will the court be resuming around 1:30?
Yes.
Okay, so she'll come back at 1:30. We'll hopefully we do a PTI with a plea agreement tomorrow, this afternoon. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, next is Mr. Robert A. Brazil, Brezeale. Mr. Brazil has 3 cases, 23 CF 2507, and then the BOP, I think they were basically Crestview cases that are being run along with this, 21 CF 3134 and 22 CF 2455. Your Honor, I'm optimistic we're going to get a resolution. We may have had it today, but I twice sent the agreement to the printer and learned that we don't have the right printer cartridge in our second floor office, so we probably need to continue his case. I don't know if we're going to get that printer cartridge this afternoon, Judge. So
we're continuing cases because we don't have the right printer cartridge in our office.
We can bring it back to lunch, we can print it at the office and just come back after lunch.
yes, I could.
You want to do that?
That's.
I'm sure you'd like to get it resolved if you can.
We can, Your Honor, we can try. There was something else I needed to look at, but we can try.
Yeah,
this.
and
Coming back
I'm
this
providing we had texted some stuff, but on the first 5 or 6 pages is on the.
That's good.
We'll bring it
We'll
back
try.
at 1:30, Judge.
Okay. Come on back at 1:30 and see if we can get this resolved today.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next, Your Honor, with an agreement is James Barrington Buchanan, Mr. Buchanan.
That's fine.
Oh,
That's your
sorry.
plan. Yes.
Your Honor, this is going to be a PTI agreement with a plea agreement, and so we'll be providing to the court the plea agreement, but the PTI agreement will be signed when he goes to see state probation police here today.
Okay.
Your Honor, because it's a cross-referencing a PTI agreement and hopefully never goes to sentencing, we do not provide the court a score sheet at this time, but he's aware of what the score sheet would be if it did go to sentencing.
Okay.
Your Honor, under the terms of the agreement, Mr. James Barrington Buchanan in 23 CF 2664 is, for purposes of today, entering a no contest plea, but it's pursuant to an agreement that allows him to enter and hopefully successfully complete the PTI agreement. If he successfully completes PTI, the police shall be withdrawn and the case dismissed. If he fails to successfully complete PTI, he will go directly to sentencing.
State.
That is the state's agreement, Your Honor.
Mr. Buchanan, would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, so this is a little bit of a unique plea agreement, and we've talked about it a couple other times this morning, but this is kind of a hybrid. Because you have the right to go to a PTI, very favorable, get that done, dismiss the case, very good for you. But if you don't, we're not usually on regular PTI, you just come back, start over. Not starting over now, we're going right to sentencing, so that means you'll basically have pled to the, you're not going to be able to contest the case, say, oh, I didn't do this.
Right.
Can't do that. You're basically agreeing to go forward with the, the back end of the charge, if you will.
Gotcha.
Okay, do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Have you gone over all this with your attorney and made sure you are comfortable with how this affects you legally?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you're entering this freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Based upon that, the court will accept your plea, and you, the defendant shall enter and hopefully successfully complete the PTI program. If it's successful, the underlying case will be dismissed. If you fail to complete it, we'll come back and you'll be able to argue, but you'll only be able to argue the sentencing portion.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. Good luck. Next, and I think last of my out of custody is Jeremy W. Dixon. Mr. Dixon is approaching at 22 CF 2061. He has indicated that he was hiring a private lawyer. I had asked the state to keep the offer open to next cycle so that he could be discussing that with his new lawyer. I don't know if the state is prepared to do that or not. It was just the commitment to keep it open until today. I've made him aware of, on multiple occasions, what the state's proposal is. He did not want to do it. He wants to get a private lawyer to work on the case, and however that will transpire, I don't know. But I guess we need to continue it.
Do you want to put on the record whether or not the state's willing to keep open the offer, or
we need to do that, Judge.
state?
Your Honor, I'm sorry, I'm looking at,
Jeremy Dixon. This is a Basso case that
I understand.
I didn't mean to just refer to Christine Basso as Assistant State Attorney by her last name, but I know the court understands what.
Unless you don't call her by her first name, that would be bad.
I had heard that she might be here today, but I guess she's still on leave.
She is, Your Honor. Your Honor, unfortunately, I spoke with Ms. Basso briefly, but I did not get an answer to that question.
Well, you're the one who's here, so you got to make the call, counsel.
Your Honor, at this time, I cannot tell him the offer is left open, so I'll have to tell him that offer is no longer open.
When is the offer open until? When was the offer? Until today only?
Well, Your Honor,
The statement was that it was open the pretrial last week, June 12, and that Ms. Sharpless continued it just to today with the assumption that Ms. Basso would be here today for then her to make a call. I do not know what her position would be. I do know that the assumption was it was going to be plea or trial this cycle, but that was based on the notion that I was his trial counsel. If I'm being replaced by a private lawyer, I would anticipate there would be a continuance, and hopefully Ms. Basso would allow that new lawyer to confer with her, but I can't represent that. Sorry, Judge.
I would assume that also, but you can't assume that.
Mr. Medina, are you asking for a full cycle, or are you placing this on a miscellaneous table, or are you?
No, we're full cycle.
I think that it has to be a full
He's
cycle.
got a new lawyer, he's
Yeah.
gonna need a full cycle.
Your Honor, if he's getting a new lawyer, I will let Ms. Basso know that I made the call to leave the offer open, but the offer will only be open until next pretrial. If it's not accepted at next pretrial, Ms. Basso will revoke the offer.
Very good, thank you.
And just encouraging him to get that private lawyer right away. If you're going to keep me as your lawyer, you can set an appointment. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, is that good for you, Mr. Medina? For
Yes,
until
sir.
after lunch? Okay, Mr. Harper,
Yes.
you can jump back in, you and Mr. Losco's cases.
Sure. I don't know if we're doing just Mr. Losco, but I'm ready
Well-
to see him.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not gonna be here at 1:30, so
Yes, sir.
it's all of your cases.
If I can run through them, I'll try to be Adams.
So I'm doing it because of Mr. Losco, even though they're not all his cases.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
This is William Adams, he's number 27 on the docket. He's before the court on 22 CF 3033. Is this still what you want to do? Sign and date. 617. Judge, at this time, Mr. Adams is going to withdraw his previously entered plea and enter a plea of no contest. The state will announce a dismissal of counts 1 and 2. He'll be entering a plea as charged to count 3. This will be an adjudication of guilt, credit for all time served, be assessed $270 in court costs, $150 cost of defense, costs to be paid within 180 days. There will be no action on the FTAs. This is a misdemeanor plea, Judge, so there is no score sheet in my approach.
You may. State.
Yes, Your Honor, that's the state's, that was the state's agreement.
Mr. Adams, would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, sir.
So you heard your attorney state the terms of the plea agreement.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, a very favorable agreement.
Yes, sir.
And I see you've signed the written plea agreement. Have you reviewed this closely? You can put your hand up.
Yes, sir.
And gone over it in detail with your attorney.
Yes, sir.
You're waiving the right to go to a trial. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You have the right to go to a trial. And
Yes,
you're
sir.
waiving that in order to get a final resolution.
Yes, sir.
You understand that? Okay. And you believe this is in your best interest to enter into this agreement?
Absolutely.
I certainly understand why. Based upon that testimony, the court will accept your plea. The state will be dismissing counts 1 and 2. The defendant is pleading as charged to count 3, and there'll be an adjudication of guilt on the possession of paraphernalia charge remaining. You will get, your sentence is actually credit for all time served, $270 in court costs, $150 cost of defense, and you'll have 180 days to pay before it goes to collections. No action on failures to appear. And that would allow for you on this charge to be able to be released today.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Steve. Thank you very much.
The next case, Judge, is Joshua Biglin. Judge, Mr. Biglin is before the court on 23 CF 1005. At this time, he's going to withdraw his previously entered plea and enter a plea of no contest. We can just have Mr. Biglin sign. This will be an adjudication of guilt, $270 in court costs, $150 cost of defense, costs to be paid within 180 days, credit for all time served. This will be a plea as charged, Judge. No action on the FTAs. This is not a downward departure, and I believe the state's going to submit a score sheet later.
Yes, Your Honor, this is not a downward departure.
Very good. Stated in agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, that was the state's agreement.
Very good. Mr. Bigland, would you raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm that the information you're about to provide this court is the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
So it's just a credit for time served, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And court costs.
So, and court costs, of course, always. Ever-present court costs. Mr. Bigland, you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement, and I see you've signed the written plea agreement. So have you gone over it with in detail with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand, had all your chance to ask all your legal questions?
Yes,
You're
sir.
waiving the right to go to trial, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
This will be a final resolution of your case here today.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you believe this is in your best interest to enter into this?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, based upon that, the court will accept your plea. There'll be an adjudication of guilt on the single charge of felony petty theft. Your sentence is credit for time served, which means no probation, you'll be able to, at least on this charge, get out immediately. Standard fees and costs, and you'll have 180 days to pay those, and there will be no action taken on failure to appear in this case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay? Any questions?
No, sir.
Good luck.
Next case, Judge, is Mauricio Bonilla. He's before the court on 22 CF 1558. Mr. Bonilla is present and approaching, Judge. I've spoken with the state. They're actually considering our counteroffer in this matter. I think what we're going to do is we're going to ask to move this to miscellaneous. We're going to have a deposition of the victim in this matter, and we need a Spanish interpreter for the victim. And so we'll try to get this resolved by the next miscellaneous court date.
So you're going to be able to have the depositions by December 16th?
Yeah, she's out of state, Judge. The service of the deposition is just on the state attorney's office, and we can do this by phone.
Okay. So I just want to make sure we can get it done before then. If not, we can go full cycle, but continue until July 16th.
The next case is Quincy Fuqua. He's present and approaching. He's before the court on 23 CF 2062 and 23 CF 2843. Judge, I've spoken with the state on this case, and I proposed a counteroffer to this matter. Right now, Mr. Fuqua does score a significant amount, but this counteroffer should be able to resolve this in a different fashion. They need to speak with the victim to confirm this, as well as up their chain of command. I'm going to ask to move this to 716.
That's fine, Judge.
I don't want to continue with though, but that's too far. Not when you continue
That's the next court date. We'll continue this till 7/16.
Shit, wild as fuck. That shit kind of really, that shit crazy. Shit wild for real.
I think the next one, Judge, is Craig Golden. Golden? Judge, Mr. Golden's before the court on 22 CF 256, 22 CF 288, and 22 CF 2095. We have announced that this matter was left set for trial. I think the state's going to proceed forward on 288. And so we're going to ask to bring him back on jury review.
Very good. We'll come back on jury review. June 20th. Yes, track all of them together.
That's correct, Judge. The state would also point out that we filed a motion to sever previously in that case.
Motion to what?
Sever the offenses. It was granted, so we're only proceeding on the trafficking count.
I understand that, but we'll track them all together. Just so.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Judge, this is Mr. Hardaway, number 44. Bring me just a moment. Judge, Mr. Hardaway, one of the complicating factors is that he has a newer charge that's currently set in front of Judge Gonteric. Even though we have a proposed resolution with respect to this case, that complicates things, and it might materially change the substance of the proposed agreement.
So are you bringing these cases with somebody either?
He has no counsel in that case, Judge, at the present time, and I'm anticipating that will be moved to this division. It just
Right.
has not yet been moved. So if, in the hopes of not belaboring this, and I'm not trying to load up your miscellaneous docket, Judge, but I'm anticipating that we can get a resolution. I just don't know.
Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue this till the regular cycle of 8/14, but if you can get it done, then we'll put it on. But I'm not going to just put it on
Yes, sir.
in the hopes that we can get a final resolution. If there's another case, you know, I don't know what the state's reaction, they may offer something that's not acceptable, whatever.
So, I just advise Mr. Hardaway that if I see it's transferred, I'll put in for an early plea, Judge.
That was continued to 7/16? 8/15.
Judge, this is Jerry Asino, before the court on 24 CF 872. I've spoken with the state as well as I've spoken with Mr. Hill's family members who are present. His mom is present in the back. I'm going to ask to move this a full cycle to August the 14th. This is the first time up, given the nature of this charge, but I think there's a significant amount of mitigating issues with respect to Mr. Hill. So I'd ask full cycle continuance. I'll put him in for a bond hearing at the next available date.
Very good. We'll continue this till 8/14.
Judge, this is Jamar Hudson before the court on 23 CF 855. This is what you're going to do, sign it. No, right here. At the bottom. No, right here. No, right here. Sign and date there. That's okay.
I'm sending my site calls.
Okay. Judge, this is Mr. Hudson. He's before the court on 23 CF 855. At this time, he's going to withdraw his previously entered plea and enter a plea of no contest, be adjudicated guilty, sentenced to credit for time served, to run concurrent, be assessed $515 in court costs, $150 cost of defense, and costs to be paid within 180 days. This is not a downward departure. I believe the state's following a score sheet later.
That's correct. Is the defense stipulating to the score sheet?
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, his prior history is minimal. He only has one prior misdemeanor. The score sheet will be filed shortly.
And states an agreement as to the plea.
That's correct. It is not a downward departure.
Very good. Mr. Hudson, would you raise your right hand? Sir, I just need to ask you a few questions. Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court? It's the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
So you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement. I see that you've signed the written plea agreement as well. So I just want to make sure if you've read through this and gone over it in detail with your attorney, you can put your hand down. Yeah, you can put your hand down. After you swear in. So just want to make sure you understand what you're doing. Have you had all your questions answered by your attorney?
Yes, sir.
And are you satisfied that this is in your best interest to enter into this plea?
Yes, sir. Does that mean that, will I be able to go home, sir?
If there's not anything in this case, you will be able to be released today. Is he on hold for anything else?
Not to the state's knowledge, Your Honor. I believe that he is doing credit for time served and he'll be released today.
Okay, so you're going to be released today. So you're actually being sentenced to credit for time served. So you're being sentenced for how long you've been in, but you're done. There'll be no probation, but you do have a bunch of these costs.
Yes, sir.
And you'll have 180 days, 6 months to pay for them. You want to try and get them paid during that period, even if it's a few each month, so they don't come after your driver's license.
Yes, so I'm gonna contact Ruby, I'm gonna submit military psych reports and stuff about things that happened to me, so you all will know I'm not a danger to you all.
Okay.
I gave him my contact information, Judge.
Okay.
Times that I will trespass, so, because they don't know I'll be out working in the field, so.
Okay, very good. So good luck, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Mr. President, he's got to take a free break. Judge, this is Stephen James. He's before the court on 21 CF 1666, 23 CF 2715, and 24 CF 130. Judge, we had left this matter set for plea or trial. I think the state had elected to pursue forward on a violation of probation. However, we've been in discussion. I think it's possible we can come to a resolution on all of his cases if we can bring him back on Thursday for review.
And to clarify, Judge, we said at plea, I guess, hearing, right? Because we're trying to set a VOP hearing, an evidentiary hearing this cycle, if we can't resolve all the cases.
Correct. We'll look at, we might be able to do it the week of, but if not, we can do it. We'll figure that out on Thursday if there's not a resolution.
Correct, Judge. I just want to clarify, we're not looking to try the other cases this cycle. It's just the evidentiary hearing first.
Correct. I understand that's first, that's what you're choosing to do. Whether or not we even go forward with that will be a little bit up in the air, depending on how many cases we have.
Thank you.
Judge, this is Deontay Knight, 23 CF 704 and 23 CF 1515. Just a moment, Judge. Judge, I've conveyed our amended counteroffer to the state. The state is contemplating it. I think one of the issues is that the victim input with respect to one of these cases, but I think it's possible we can resolve this. I think the state just needs to verify that they're in compliance with Marcy's law with respect to the victim in 23 CF 704. Is the state okay with moving this to a miscellaneous date? Or?
I think that the miscellaneous would give us enough time to do what the state needs to do on its end to resolve this case.
So, July 16th,
Yes, Your Honor.
9 a.m.
And Mr. Harper, could you send me that counteroffer in an email? Thank you.
Judge, this is Dante Lawrence. He's number 50 on the dockets before the court on 21 CF 2194. Is this the what you want to do? All right, sign and date. Yep. 617. Judge, at this point, Mr. Lawrence is going to withdraw his previously entered plea and answer a plea of no contest. This will be a plea to a lesser included offense in count 1 of a misdemeanor possession of a concealed weapon. The statute number is 790.01, subsection 2. This will be a plea to just misdemeanors. Adjudication of guilt, 11.29 months probation to run concurrent, $270 court costs, $150 cost of defense, complete a substance abuse evaluation and any recommended treatment, evaluation to occur within 30 days, treatment to commence within 60, undergo a psychological evaluation and any recommended treatment, evaluation to occur within 30 days, treatment to commence within 60, 50 hours of community service work. My client is asking to buy that out at statutory rate, maintain employment, surrender any firearms, and probation would be with JCS. Your Honor, as is pleaded, just misdemeanor, there's no score sheet.
You may.
That is the state's agreement, Your Honor, and I believe the statutory site is on the plea agreement.
You got it. Thank you. Mr. Lawrence, would you please raise your right hand, sir? You swear or affirm that the information you're about to provide this court is the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
So you heard your attorney, you can put your hand down. You heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement.
Yes, sir.
And I see you've signed the written plea agreement that has those terms. Have you read through this closely and gone over it in detail with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Had all your legal questions answered about this plea?
Yes, sir.
You understand you're waiving the right to go to a trial. This will be a final resolution of this matter here today.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're entering this freely and voluntarily, nobody twisting your arm to get you to enter into this, are they?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have had all your legal questions answered?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Based upon that, then, the court will accept your plea agreement. And the defendant is pleading to the lesser included offense in count 1 of misdemeanor possession of a concealed weapon. There'll be an adjudication of guilt, and the defendant will be sentenced to 11 months, 29 days probation, and all these probationary periods will be concurrent. You've got costs and fees. During the term of the probation, you must, within 30 days, get both a substance abuse evaluation as well as a mental health evaluation and follow through on whatever they suggest, okay?
Yes, sir.
And in addition, you've got 50 hours of community service, which you can buy out if you want or participate in those. And you must maintain employment and you must also surrender any firearms,
Yes, sir.
okay? And the probation will be with JCS. Okay, and there'll be an adjudication of guilt on these lesser included. Any questions? Any questions?
No, Judge. You do have it. Judge, I just verified, and given
Sure.
the case number, it is an older case, I just wanted to confirm. He says that there is a failure to appear associated with this. Is the state okay with
The
having
state will
no
take no
action?
action on the failure to appear.
Why don't we scratch that one there? Or you want to just make note of it?
I've noted on the minute sheet.
Okay, very good.
I just want to confirm, otherwise
No,
the jail
that's
will
good,
not.
that's good. Okay.
Thank you, Judge, that's all I have today.
Okay, very good. So we'll break for lunch, come back at 1:30. Les, Mr. Lasco, who's going to be prosecuting in other courtrooms this afternoon. Okay. Thank you very much. We'll be back at 1:30.
Your Honor,